So I want to start this video off with kind of a little rant about movie release dates. So my most anticipated movie of the year is The Green Knight starring Dev Patel. Anyway, my whole plan this weekend was to go see the movie because it was releasing July 30th. Then I was looking at theatres everywhere in my city and there was not one place showing it. So I was looking up and did a bit of research and there is still no release date for Australia for that movie. So it could come out between now and whenever. Man, I really thought we were over these days because, I mean, I'm kind of sick of it. I really wish the whole world would release all at once, you know. Now I have to endure trying not to get the movie spoiled to me on the internet, which is harder than you think sometimes. Same goes with the movie Pig, starring Nicolas Cage, and Zola. Those movies are on my list to watch, and they're not coming out for a few months now anyway. But I just really thought we were over all this. What is up, guys? Welcome back to Mainly Movies, the channel where we talk about, well, mainly movies. So today in this video I'm going to be reviewing the new M. Night Shyamalan film, Old, which stars Gael, Garcia, Bernal, and Wolff and Thomasin, McKenzie. So Old is about a family who go on a vacation to a resort. So the resort end up taking them to the secluded beach and they start running into a problem when they find out that they are aging rapidly. Now they must find out what is happening and what is causing them to age so quickly.
Technically, it's been more than 5 minutes.
Let's just all start slowing down. Wow, do you believe I found this online?
I guess it's not that secret a beast.
Whoa! Who would leave this? From the hotel! They're so rusted!
What's happening?
Found stuff from the hotel in the sand.
Ready or not, here we come!
So we're back talking about another M. Night Shyamalan film. I have talked about a couple in the past. I talked about Unbreakable, Split, and Glass. Now, if you remember seeing my review, I wasn't a massive fan of Glass. Split, I think, is terrific, and same with Unbreakable. Now, M. Night Shyamalan is a very, very hit-or-miss director. His very early films, such as Sixth Sense, Signs, The Village, Unbreakable, I really, really enjoy. I feel like he can really, truly terrify you. But then he makes a movie like The Happening, or Avatar: The Last Airbender, or After Earth, and that's when he really starts to fall. And Glass was definitely one of his weaker films as well. So we're back talking about another one of his films, and there's quite a bit to say about this film. So first of all, I want to mention the positives. The first positive I have is the main family of the movie, so Gael, Garcia, Bernal's character, and Wolff and all that. That's when they become older. I feel like they did alright. They were the center point of the film. They kind of carried the movie a little bit, especially Gael Garcia Bernal's character, the father, although that's probably because he didn't really say much. The mother had some very questionable dialogue, and I will get to that later. But for the most part, the main family they were alright. And the next thing is the story itself. I feel like the story was really intriguing, and that's what kept me, wanting to know more throughout the film. I was very intrigued by the premise of people being on a beach where they can't get out and they are like aging very fast. Within like a couple of hours is like a couple of years of their lives. So, but I mean, it's a very cool premise. But sadly, the premise was wasted on this not so good movie. Which brings me to my negatives. M. Night Shyamalan tried to go for this very old Hollywood kind of thriller Hitchcock style, and that works in a way, but the way he did it felt very, very dated. Not something that a modern audience could comprehend. It felt very, very dated, and it was a very weird particular style choice that he used that I didn't think worked at all. And the next negative I have of the film is quite common for horror/thriller films, and that is the decision making was very, very poor. A lot of the decisions that were made in this movie were terrible. They weren't realistic, or you know, they didn't feel like human choices. That's what I'm trying to say. Some of the decisions were just so poorly made that it was just, I don't know, it was just an excuse to get rid of characters or to kind of figure things out. And I thought it was very, very poor writing. Now, I'm going to try and say this without spoiling anything because, I mean, for those people who want to see this movie. The premise of the movie itself is people are stuck on a beach and they are aging very fast. That itself is the mystery of the film. So, as you guess, they're going to start slowly unraveling the mystery. But they don't do that in this film. In this movie, they just try and run away for the whole movie. So it's not until the last 10 minutes or so of the movie where the mystery kind of gets solved. So throughout the whole movie, it's just a whole bunch of different events and people panicking, and then the last 10 minutes is where we're like, okay, we need to wrap this whole film up. And it just felt the whole last part just felt very rushed, and again, very, very poor writing, which brings me to my last negative, which is the writing itself. The writing, specifically the dialogue, is on the same level as the happening, and it's truly terrible. Something will happen, and the character will mention it, or the character will just fully explain what has happened or what is about to happen. And it's so ham-fisted, and it's so aggravating to hear the characters tell us something that we can clearly see. Somebody is dying. They are dying. You know, we know that. We can see it happening, but they have to say it out loud. It's almost like M. Night Shyamalan was expecting the audience to be really, really dumb and just not understand what's happening in the scene, so he has to have the actors explain it to us. It was very, very annoying, and I just couldn't get used to it, and it just felt like I was watching The Happening again, which is definitely not a compliment. I did not really enjoy this movie. Sadly, it's on the bottom list of the M. Night Shyamalan movies for me. I feel like he still has it in him to make a good classic like he did in the early 2000s. This movie definitely isn't that. Which is why I'm going to give Old a 3.5 out of 10. That's probably my lowest rating of the year. It's sad to say it's an M. Night Shyamalan film. I always go to his movies expecting him to make that classic again, but he hasn't really done it. Split has been probably the last movie he made that I was kind of really impressed by. But other than that, he hasn't really made a good film since the early 2000s. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching the video. Sorry this was really quick. My camera's actually just kind of doing this weird thing where it'll just keep shutting off for no reason. So I need to work that out. So that's probably why the camera might move a bit or something like that. I'm still trying to work it out. So I have to talk in like little 30-second intervals while the camera just keeps turning off. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So stay tuned. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.